All right, guys, this is exactly how I made $4.8 thousand on this trade, literally overnight. So I saw this beautiful setup forming right before I went to bed at about 12 a.m. Eastern time, went to bed, entered this position, sent it out to the group, and then I woke up with my profit target smashed. So I'm gonna break down why I entered this, so hopefully you guys could get some value from it. And yeah, so real quick, you could see I took it, let me pop up the picture for you guys as well. But I took sells on NZD USD. And I've been liking swing trading forex just because the price action is so clean on the higher time frames. And then more, I've been doing futures for like intraday. And my futures trading has been really good as well. My students have been crushing it on the futures side as well. But I want to give you guys both value because that's what I'm currently doing and it's working for me. So you can see here, I drew this out. Every Sunday we have our weekly Sunday swings call with the mentorship group, and I drew these arrows out before this even played out. So what I noticed was on NZD USD, just for on the 1 hour time frame, we were obviously making higher highs, higher lows. We were above the EMA. So obviously I'm not interested yet. Then I see, so this is what I call one side of the curve, higher highs, higher lows, and then there's two more parts of the curve. The second part of the curve is where we start to bottom out. We start to flatten. So we're kind of consolidating, you can see consolidation. And then the last part of the curve is going to be the other side. So the downtrending side. And that is what I wanted to capture, which is exactly what I did. So on the Sunday swings call, I put this arrow, I'm looking for a break, retest to then sell. Obviously this arrow is exaggerated, but I'm just looking to catch a little break and retest movement, exactly how we did here. And so if I delete this, what I wanted to wait for was we had now a mini key zone developing. So if we look at this a little bit more in depth, one respected touch went to the downside. One respected touch went to the upside. When it's above, it pushes higher. When it's below, it pushes under. So to me, that was good enough. We have pretty much three. This was not the craziest solid area of interest. I like to look for at least 3 to 4 solid touches with more volatile movements. But this was a super nice setup because it'll show you the high time frames as well, which is something that's important to also look at. So if we go quickly back to the daily time frame, I saw a couple things. I saw we were actually in a very healthy downtrend on the daily. We created a new lower low and we were coming back for a lower high. Where did the lower high start to reject? This beautiful EMA. Right? When it's above the EMA, it pushes up. When it is pretty much below, it likes to hold under. I don't just trade the EMA. I use this as like my very last confluence. But it was very nice to see because this was beautiful price action. So what I like to see as well was I don't want to just enter off the first rejection. I liked how this stalled kind of in between. So it's showing me we have some sort of rejection, and what I was looking for, which is exactly what pretty much happened, was the following candlesticks. That shows me sellers are starting to kick in, and now I want sellers to continue the seller momentum off the EMA, off the lower high. All right, so it could have definitely had more room to play out, but I'll show you kind of why we exited where we did. We secured a beautiful 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which I'm gonna do some math for you guys. I want you to realize how powerful that is. But let's break down more about why I like this position. So if you could see as well, 4 hour, started to top out, shift to structure, beautiful shift to structure under this key zone. You can kind of see the key zone a little bit better on the 4 hour actually, right? We have all these wicks touching, this body's touching, break, retest, also rejecting the 4 hour EMA. Another very healthy sign. So again, we saw this on the 1 hour. I saw this about here, started to be interested. Where did I actually enter? So what I recommend for you guys is you want to look at the market, and this applies even for the intradays on my scalps, right? You want to look at the market on the high time frames as a swing analysis, and then you want to execute on the low time frames because you're literally giving yourself future direction where the market truly wants to go, but getting sniper entries. So that is how you literally become a sniper in the markets, and my students call me a sniper, which I feel proud about. But let's look at the entry, why I actually took this. So you can see again, what do I want to wait for? Final confirmation. On the 15 minute, I usually like my entries. We're making an uptrend, I want to wait till that uptrend gets switched as well on the lower time frame. Boom, shifted structure, broke this last lower high, engulfing. Right as I saw that candle close, I entered. And you could see after it closed below this EMA as well, it respected. So EMAs, guys, a huge part, especially when it comes to the swing trades. So beautiful ride down, beautiful bearish shifted structure trend all the way down after we entered pretty much zero drawdown. And that's the power of combining the high time frame analysis to the sniper entries on the low time frames. So beautiful engulfing, beautiful shifted structure entered off that. Where were we targeting? Well, if you look here, we had pretty much equal lows. So that is a very nice form of liquidity. But then we also have a bullish 30-minute gap. So I was looking, my full TP area was around this area. And when I woke up, let's go back to our trade. When I woke up, price was reacting off this level. We took out that little liquidity, tapping into that fair value gap. And what I realized was pretty much we're already up a 2-to-1. And we had high level news at 8:30 a.m. I believe it was CPI news, 8:30 a.m. And I told my students, I'm like, all right, I'm content with the 2-to-1. We took out, it pretty much reached our full take profit area. And we have very major impact news events at 8:30 a.m. I'm closing before news, and exactly why I did so. We would have probably got stopped back to break even for sure. So that is why it's important to not be greedy as well, guys. But I do want to say, you know, there are some news events where I might hold through this. This was not the case. CPI, NFP, the major ones, like CPI is one of the biggest news events. Definitely, I recommend getting out of pretty much every single position. It's too volatile of a news event. So that's another tip for you guys. But I want to do some math for you on this 2-to-1. So beautiful 2-to-1 secured. And you can see what happens to this level as well when we break above it. Look at this, guys. You could have played the exact same thing. We shifted back structure, break, retest, above this area of interest now again, above this EMA, beautiful reaction off the EMA to target higher. I unfortunately did miss this, full transparency, but same concepts, worked very beautifully. All right, so yeah, beautiful trade, but let's do some math for you guys because I was doing this with my students. So let's say you have a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Don't mind my drawing. All right, let's be conservative. My win rate's easily 75 to about 80%. Let's be conservative and say 60% with a 2-to-1. 60%, all right? We're gonna risk, let's say 1,000 per trade, meaning we're gonna profit 2,000 per trade, and we're gonna do this out of 10 trades, okay? So that means 60% win rate out of 10, that's a 6 trades hit times 2,000 equals profit, so it's $12,000, all right? Now, we have to account for the losses. So out of 10, 60%, that means 40% are losers, that's 4, and we're only risking 1,000 times 1 equals $4,000, meaning you still profit $8,000, and this is conservative, guys. This is what people don't understand about being a consistently profitable trader. 60%, that means you lose 4 out of 10 trades, but that is the power of risk to reward ratio and having a high quality setup. Imagine you have a 70, 80% win rate. That is why having a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio is very important to be a profitable trader. So that's some cool math for you guys to think about and analyze. But yeah, beautiful trade. I did take this, I actually did send this to my students as well. So you could see the proof here. Yesterday at 12 in the morning, I'm in NZD USD sales. I told them there is news tomorrow, careful. Sent them the picture before I took it. Put my stop loss, TP, full TP area. I woke up, told them closing for full profit. You guys could see 8:21 a.m. right before the news, let's go. And so people were hyped. Let's see a couple of the members' profits. Another winning trade today. 4.3K in 1 hour on the funded. So that's futures. And then we have a 1-to-2 clean caught. TP hit, 3% news. This was my call out, so he caught that. Nathan is trading a live account. So we have a bunch of live traders as well in here too, not just fundeds. $180 he woke up to in a single day. We have another funded passed. And also I want to show you guys something really, really cool. One of my students just bought a Rolex. Look at this, guys. He literally bought a Rolex from trading. This is why I teach. This is why I have my mentorship community, because I love seeing all these wins and progress being made. He started my mentorship, I think in the fall last year. It's been a couple months with, his name's Noah. And he's been crushing it with my trading strategy and just our one-on-one calls. We've been doing really good together. He's understood everything relatively quick as well. He always shows up to the weekly calls, the live trading sessions, the recaps. He watches everything. So he is a killer student. So he definitely deserves this. But I can't wait to see when one of my students cop a supercar. That's going to be cool. We'll do definitely a video about that. But a Rolex, that's a big, big milestone for a trader. And Brianna said, I used to feel lost, constantly jumping from one strategy to another without real direction. Now, after applying what I've learned from Luke, things have shifted. I feel way more confident taking trades on my own. My mindset has changed for the better, and I've learned to embrace the patience this journey requires. Grateful for growth. Again, this is why I teach, but I just wanted to motivate you guys, show a little bit of my students' wins, just because I feel some pride in that. I love seeing my students win. And yeah, hopefully this helps you guys as well. Let me know in the comments if you guys learned something new. Please like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping a ton more free value. This is my second channel. This is gonna be primarily trading value. And then my main channel, Luke Bianco, is gonna be more lifestyle content. So you get a cool mix of both. Make sure you guys subscribe to both and subscribe to my Instagram. We're almost at 10,000 followers, which is really cool. I've been trying to get there for a while. So constantly motivating you guys on all platforms. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys on the next one.